Oh, man.
Hey, man, this is Down in a Hole. And we like to call this Less Than Zero. You're Brad.
I'm Brad. You're Blaine.
That's the way we should do it. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, do stuff about it down below. People know how to use YouTube, man. I don't need to tell them how.
No. At this point, it seems like we're begging for it.
Prescribe and uppercut thumb buttons.
You got here somehow. You clicked on us. You said whether it was our faces. I don't know. Maybe you like the name of the show. But at this point, if you're still here at this point, I'm guessing you've already hit that button. I don't know.
It's the really
or
cool...
the down, too.
Yeah, it's the really
cool... No, there's no more thumbs
thumbnail.
down, is there?
There's no what?
There's no more thumbs down, is there, on YouTube?
There is a thumbs down, but it doesn't keep track.
Oh, no. So if you're going to shit on us, do it in the comments so we know.
Yes.
Because how are we going to know?
We don't know.
Do you know?
It's like, oh, I got 3 thumbs downs, but it doesn't relay that to the rest of the world. It's like the...
Be more specific.
Yeah, it's weird.
With your criticism.
Don't be mean and click thumbs down. We're taking the number away. Shut up.
Yeah.
All we do is...
Thumbs down is... That's a lazy way of complaining. Tell us why you hate us. Get in there.
Type some stuff.
Put some stank on it.
Yeah. Rub some stank on it. Everybody's got one of these. Everybody's got one of these things. Start doing the type, you lazy
Fire up
bastards.
your QWERTY. Maybe you got a microphone. You got that speech to text. You guys suck massive amounts of donkey balls and or other things, and then it just types it out for you. You don't even have to.
It's getting so easy. They've even got artificial intelligence that will type blogs for you in the style of like certain writers and stuff. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Hey, bud. Speaking of shitting on people and or things, what is your hot take on EA today?
I've kind of like burned out on electronic arts if we're talking about video games. Like, first of all, one of my favorite video games of all time, NASCAR Racing 2003 season, made by Papyrus Racing Simulation. Their last game was NASCAR 2003. They were actually working on a NASCAR 2004, but it never got released because they decided to kind of split and they went to EA Sports. And they made a couple of NASCAR games for EA Sports that were full of fucking advertising and just EA Sports stuff. Like, hello, I'm Jeff Gordon, and I'm on a green screen, and I'm telling you how to drive a race car. You know, I'm like, oh, man.
Uncalled for.
It's like, and they were pretty good games, but you could tell it's just like Electronic Arts just doesn't have the same feel as like an independent developer. And they've been slaughtering it for years. Like they've been making games in the in the 80s and stuff. Like the late 80s when they started that company, I'm pretty sure. And the evolution of that company was amazing. And then it kind of fell apart and EA soaked up some of the guys. The rest of the guys went eventually and created iRacing. But they just seem to... They're too big, I think. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it is, right? Because you get too big and you lose the people who care about the passion of the original drive of the game, right? Like, obviously, people who are passionate about racing games, or maybe not everybody, but I'm assuming who's in charge is like, you know what, I have a definitive idea what I want to do. And then you get to EA, and now it's like how EA sees, in my opinion, they look at customers and they're like, customers are an obstacle to their wallets. Like, how do we get this asshole out of the way and just directly into his bank account? They're profits above all else. And I understand as a business, you have to be making profits, but you got to put out something worthwhile. You can't, apparently you don't have to because they just keep shelling out the same shit year after year and raking in tons of money now with FIFA bucks. I don't even know what this is about now. I don't follow it just because I don't play FIFA.
No.
And EA just generally shit, but yeah, like it's just
but people
you
keep
can only
buying
gouge
it. They keep
so much.
buying it. They keep buying it. That's the problem. Because what sparked this conversation was the Frostbite engine, which was an engine that they created. I looked it up on Wikipedia because I'm a professional. I did some research. Yeah. My audio is recording, right? Maybe we should check that. Yeah, okay, we're good. The Frostbite engine was created in 2008. and they're still using it. So, written in C++.
Coding.
Okay.
For you non-programmers out there.
I mean, you have to use...
myself included.
Yeah, I mean, you have to use like code to code stuff, obviously. There's a lot of lines of code behind gaming engines especially. But the Frostbite engine was originally created... what was it? It says the original game, I think, was Battlefield. The game engine was originally employed in the Battlefield video game series, but would later be expanded on the first-person shooter video games and a variety of other genres, because that's what's been making their sports games worse. Like, I don't play Madden. I've never had a Madden game. I played a lot of the NHL games, and they use the Frostbite engine. But the problem with the Frostbite engine, you watch these videos on YouTube. Like, if you wanna watch a review on Madden 2023, watch Angry Joe. Watch him review that. It is the funniest. He's angry. That's why the name of the channel is Angry Joe.
Right there in the name. I like it.
If you've never seen Angry Joe, he's been on YouTube for 15 years, and he's just he's a video game reviewer and a movie reviewer, and I love him. And it's so entertaining to watch the Madden 2023 review, man. Just losing his fucking mind on Electronic Arts. And I'm like, wow, they're still doing this. They're still releasing a roster update every year. They're still charging
you full price.
Yeah.
For a full $90 Canadian plus tax, or $100 for a release with microtransactions. That's going to cost you, I don't even know. I couldn't even begin to tell you because I don't play it and don't buy it.
But that's what he was going on about. Like, he's showing the game, and the Frostbite engine is almost 15 years old. And you have an engine that's 15 years old, and of course there's going to be some bugs. Internet technology changes and stuff, so you got to update your net code. And you got to patch it, you got to fix the little problems with the game. But imagine how amplified that stuff becomes over the course of 15 years when you just keep patching and patching and patching. There's so much code stacked on top of so much code, eventually you just can't fix it, And they're showing players, running, and their heads aren't moving when they're turning, and they're bouncing off each other, like they're not even interacting with each other. I'm like, it's 2023. Like, the character animations you should grab a guy and move around him, and everything just looks so mechanical, like so static, and not to mention like the shit that's broken, like a ball that doesn't even, the player holds his hands up and then the ball totally misses him and then just ends up in his hands. Like, how is that a complete pass? That didn't even look like the ball went anywhere near him. Like, significant
errors. I have not played any or even noticed this. I haven't seen that video yet, but so there's it's just a bad engine. It just needs to be overhauled, but there's no competition. So they got the rights to the names, and they're like, first of all, why would they spend any money fixing anything? Okay, we'll patch a couple things, roster update, but we got the ticket to print gold, and basically you have to buy our game, right? As far as I understand, EA is the only one, because it used to be there was 2K, but they don't do that anymore.
But that was Sports. The problem with 2K, I think, was the fact that Electronic Arts, they soaked up an exclusive license to the NFL and the NHL, I think. So nobody else can make a game for that league. So it's these exclusive rights to create this content. And because I think what they should do with the Frostbite engine is just throw it at the garbage and build something new. Because technology now is completely, you're talking a 15-year-old gaming engine, how fast technology changes, even just from every 6 months we're talking 15 years trying to keep this engine going. And the Battlefield series, that's a first-person shooter. That's not a hockey game. It's not a Madden football game. Like, you've got an engine that is being used everywhere for different styles of game. Like, I hope I haven't. When was the last NHL game you bought?
I think 04, 05,
Yeah.
maybe later, maybe 08 at the latest. I want to say.
Yeah. See,
I don't know if I bought anything after
and I think that was before.
I played newer games like on Game Pass because EA is now part of Game Pass. But so I downloaded it just to see it was on there. I'm like, okay, let's see what it is. I'm like,
Same thing.
it's just a shinier version. I mean, they really didn't change it. I'm sure there's NHL fans out there like, you're wrong. And there's a ton of changes, and there probably is. But the overall impression of it was not that actually hockey's going to change that much, but it didn't. It didn't feel. It looked new, but it didn't feel like it was anything.
I think what's
new and improved. I'm like,
more frustrating too about it because it's not like the hockey games were really broken. It was the little annoying shit that they would do, like, hey, brand new this year, the fantasy draft. I'm like, you took out the fantasy draft 5 years ago, and now you're pretending it's a new feature. I'm like, I love the fantasy draft. I would start a 20-year season fantasy draft. Every team is completely different, completely fresh. You go through your 20-year career, great. Next game comes out, no fantasy draft. Can't find it. Option's gone. I'm like, a couple of years ago,
or they put it back in, then they charge you for it. Like, oh yeah, here's this new feature.
Well, and that's the thing too, because a lot of the games now, like when you look at Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and especially like a massive game like Fortnite, these games are free.
Right.
You know, and
you invested $0. And sure, there's tricks, and they want you to pull you in and spend the money. You don't have to. You could play with the stock skin until you see something cool that you have to buy, like a Xenomorph or a Stormtrooper.
And everybody's going to do it. You know, I've done.
Oh, damn it, Epic! You got my money.
I finally started playing the thing. It's been out forever, but it looks great. It plays great because the Unreal Engine is fucking good. You know, the Unreal Engine is unreal. I know on my computer because I don't have a console. My last console I bought was an Xbox 360, so I game on my computer. And when I see that it's an Unreal Engine, I know I can get it to work on my computer no matter how new the game is. If it's built on Unreal technology, I can scale it back and the game will run great. And the stuff's if it's cross-platform, even better. We play Alien Fireteam Elite, Unreal Engine, made by a little crew called Cold Iron. I can't remember the name of the company that made that game, but so much fun to play with guys on the console from my PC. And
I'm playing on the.
And I want to play the fucking NHL games, but they stopped making them for the PC, even though they probably use PCs to make the games. It's not available on the PC. Can't get it.
Got to get that Game Pass and then stream it. Wonder if those games would stream.
But
again, you shouldn't have to.
The cloud gaming is really neat technology. It's cool, but it's never going to beat a game locally installed on your hard drive. Never.
No, absolutely not. There's always going to be the hiccup or a latency issue, right? Which is not ideal.
Or even the graphics being all garbly, like it looks like a buffering YouTube video. Where when I have Fortnite installed on my actual machine, like I can set up my controls it's as a PC guy.
Night and day.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
For those smaller games, it's a cool feature I like for the if you're like stuck somewhere, you're playing it on your phone or whatever, you can. It's like as long as it's not you got good Wi-Fi and good speed at home. I think I've had for the most part pretty good luck with it.
Mm-hmm. I think EA, especially with the way that they operate the games, like their sports games, like how come you're going to charge me like $80? Oh, you get the ultra version for $120. You don't actually get a physical game really anymore. You can download all this stuff, but then the microtransactions inside. That was another thing Angry Joe was going on about. I'm like, I can't believe all the microtransactions that are still inside these games, because you used to be able to play the NHL games. You used to get the cards, and you could use the cards and have better defense in a game, or kind of like the way the cards work in Alien Fireteam, where you can kind of like little power up bonus things. But apparently, from what my buddy Mike was saying, I think it's 2K with the NBA game. If you buy the game and then you go into the store inside the game and you create your player and you're willing to spend money, you can make a guy who is 100 in every category go online and just slaughter dudes.
I've seen that on the home or on when they have the Xbox game sales, and when it's like a DLC sale or thing like that, and they'll have 2K bucks, and they have like that was for a long time. I don't know if I've seen it recently, but for a long time, I would see them every once in a while. They come up on sale, and you go and look at whatever's on sale, and it's like buy these 2K bucks for 30% off, or whatever, some BS like that. They were just actively hawking cash for fake shit in a game. And I hold on, and I can appreciate it. It sounds ironic coming from someone who's bought a fake skin in Fortnite, which doesn't count for shit outside of the game. But it's not something I have to buy it once. And I don't have to buy it again when the next year game comes out.
Yes, and you didn't have to pay for the game because the game is fucking free, and that thing you're buying is just an aesthetic thing. You're talking about players.
I'm at $40-$50 in Fortnite, and I've gotten how many hundreds of hours out of it between all the matches and stuff over the it's the dollars to cents or to time ratio is crazy low. And I guess even for these games too, maybe it is. Maybe you play the shit out of it, but you shouldn't be paying for the base game if they want you to pay for all the power up points.
I think they would. I think
it's kind of where you're getting at.
Yeah, I think they would have more people playing their game if they just gave it away for free. Especially looking at the evolution of an NHL game or the Madden series, the evolution of the game, it doesn't look any different than it did 10 years ago. It's technically the same game anyway. Fortnite's been out for 10 years. It it's the Unreal Engine, so it evolves as an engine, and it looks better and better and better and runs better on better computers, and they're keeping up that way. But you can still crank it back and play it on your 10-year-old PC. And at the end of the day, the game is still fucking free, and anything you buy in the game doesn't make you any stronger. You know, like Mike was saying, these guys will just go on. They'll buy the game for $80. They'll go in there and create a character, spend another $45, and then they're just unstoppable online. Okay, I guess that's fun. I think maybe not.
It's pay to win at that point, right?
You're paying to win, exactly. I mean, that's entirely. If it's in the game, it's in the game. That's not me to say that's wrong. A wrong thing to do. I just find it highly annoying that I want to play those games, but I'm not going to buy them. Because I know I'm just going to get bombarded with fucking more microtransaction bullshit.
Or just getting stomped on by somebody who's paid to have this whole team at a higher. Well, I guess I'm assuming there must be different game modes where you could avoid.
I hope so.
Pay to win assholes. I would think maybe. I don't know. Again, I haven't played it just because I haven't. My beef started with EA when they started the same thing, different game. But all the microtransactions and the bullshit that they were excluding from Battlefront 2, which I was looking forward to as a bit of a Star Wars geek. Not a huge, the biggest fan, but I enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to a good Star Wars universe based shooter. Cool. And then they came out. Honestly, it's been so long, I forget what the initial outrage was about, but it was something that I found super offensive. Whether it was maybe it was the amount of hours you had to grind to unlock something versus what you could get if you bought it. And it was they didn't respect the player's time. It was basically a giant fuck you to anybody who wasn't willing to put their wallet in. It was an unobtainable almost amount of playtime to unlock for the amount of characters and things there were. And I'm not even talking about buying additional characters. You want to add on new fighters later on, charge for them. I get it. There's more work involved in it, right? But when it came to EA with that, I didn't buy that game for a long time in a silent protest, and I canceled at the time EA Play before Game Pass was even a thing. It was EA Access, sorry, I guess what it was called originally. You could pay $10, no, less than. You pay $26-$30 a year. You could play anything in their back catalog, and you would get often once in a while you would get a 10-hour free trial. But every 6-7 months past the game release, NHL 22 come out, by the next summer it was free. So you could, if you weren't having to have the newest game, you could just play those games, or you could play the Battlefield games. It was basically Game Pass before Game Pass was a thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Game Pass came along and then kind of adapted, or with it. Yeah, I want to say Game Pass was after. Game Pass came along and then kind of merged into it. But when they did that bullshit with the Battlefront, I was canceled my Game Pass. I'm no, fuck you guys. Before you were offering a fair deal to other things like that, but the more I thought about it, and the more they were starting to mistreat the customers, obviously going forward. And having been out of the loop, I wasn't playing the FIFA, I wasn't playing the Madden, so I wasn't getting my full dollars worth. But I was in it for the other little arcade games they had and some of the shooters, and it was fun. You could go back and pop on for the cost, $30 a year, cheaper than Netflix, cheaper than anything. Give it a go, right?
Yeah, to have access to games you probably would never play. That's pretty sweet.
Right, and it was. This is something new just to try it, and then, well, yeah, I'd say I canceled it, and then eventually it got adapted into Game Pass, and so I think at one point I tried NHL 21 or I get in. It looks nice. They polish it up, but I didn't I didn't play it long enough because I mean, for me, for us anyways, you and me used to play it.
Oh
It was a lot
yeah,
more team based. Online, everyone had to pick a position, 5v5, right?
yeah.
And just shooting the shit on a Friday or Saturday night because staying home because we couldn't afford to go out, and that was our entertainment for the Friday Saturday night.
Well,
We used to be on there all the time.
and grinding your player so you could unlock like a
Yeah,
feature. Oh, I got new gloves, and it gave you like an extra 1 point in stick handling. You couldn't. I'm pretty sure
absolutely.
you couldn't buy those points. It was a cool thing, and you need to put a lot of hours in it. Like if a guy was a 99, like he played a lot. So at least you earned it. But now apparently you can buy that stuff, and that's kind of annoying. I just hate how they're still using a 15-year-old gaming engine. And I was just
Well,
flipping through
that's
there while you were talking to see all the different games that Frostbite uses. And like you said, yeah, Battlefront uses Frostbite. Star Wars Squadrons, Dead Space,
yeah,
Plants
and
vs. Zombies. That's basically an app. NHL 2022, 2023, Need for Speed,
what was the
Mirror's
Tom
Edge.
Clancy one?
I don't think Tom Clancy uses the Frostbite engine. FIFA,
Didn't they?
Battlefield,
I thought they
Command and
used.
Conquer. Like it's just
I
Army of
thought
Two.
the most. Oh, what was the one with the pandemic that just came out in the last half decade? I can't. The name escapes me right now.
Endgame? No.
Nope. No. They had. It was a two-parter. It was online multiplayer
Tom
name.
Clancy?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it was where the virus got passed through all the money, and that's how it broke out. Holy hell! I'm gonna see it. And I'm gonna kick myself, but I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that was made.
I'm going to check it out then. It's a Tom Clancy
We're gonna
game?
have to cut this shit out. Yeah, from Ubisoft. What was it called? Come on.
The Division? No.
The Division. Holy Christ! I thought the name was like
Is it The Division?
eluding me.
I've never played it.
The Division, but I bet that's on your list. I remember seeing that being. I thought I remember them making a big deal about the Frostbite engine when they were first showing off the promos, and of course when they initially showed the game off, like the Frostbite engine, this and that. Now I wasn't sure if that was an updated Frostbite engine. I just remember that being a big part of the promotion. And then of course when the game launched, it didn't look nearly as good as it did at the E3 announcement because they bullshit it and they ran it on a fucking supercomputer with quantum processors. And they just generally misled the public. And then everyone's like, "Hey, the fucking shadows don't look like that, and how come this puddle is just a static image, not
Oh,
an actual puddle,
yeah.
right?" Like it was things like that, right? So they made it look super good, 8K,
So
150 frames a second.
the engine that they're using to make The Division
Yeah,
is called Snowdrop.
Snowdrop. So that's what it was. So it was a different. It was newer than the Frostbite. Is that right? Was that? I remember it was something to do with snow.
Came out. Yeah, exactly.
Cold. It was something along the.
Cold. It was chilly.
was
Snowdrop and
It's a
Frostbite.
nippy November morning.
Yeah, that's funny how they've got that theme. But
I
yeah,
remember it because my nipples were really pokey.
It was revealed at in 2013 as Tom Clancy's Division, the first game to use the engine. So the Snowdrop is a little bit newer than also written in C++. That's irrelevant though. You have to use C++. But yeah, Snowdrop is. But see, Ubisoft is not Electronic Arts. Frostbite is Electronic Arts.
That's why I was thinking. So it was Frostbite. That's what it was. Okay,
but that's cool. I mean,
yeah.
that engine works for what they're doing, but they don't have a racing game that uses the same fucking engine. Like you read down the Frostbite stuff, and I'm like, how do you have an engine that runs Battlefield and Battlefront, and but then runs Madden and Need for Speed? How does that?
Like it,
and those games are fine. Like I've never had an issue with a Need for Speed game. I don't get it.
Yeah, been a while since I played one, but I would say I don't think I've had any real trouble.
No, they're a fucking blast. It's an arcade racer, but it's fun to plug one in and like Burnout Paradise. I can't remember who made that, but you know what I mean. Like there's these games. I just think it's
Burnout
too
was
bad.
A lot
like
of fun.
The games evolve, but I have a problem with their sporting franchises do not look like they're evolving. graphically, gameplay, all that stuff. Make the thing free. And just microtransaction everything. You want to play the old Quebec Nordique jersey there? Fucking buy it up there
Hartford
for $2
Whalers.
fucking dollars, you know? Yeah, Hartford Whalers jerseys for like the Gordie Howe shit. Like Gordie Howe pack. You get the fucking old Detroit, you get the old Hartford, old
You don't need them.
Old Vancouver Canucks spaghetti looking thing. Like
that's it. So either sell me the game
$2
all at once and let me have access to everything, or give it to me for free. Is there maybe a model for that where you could buy everything? You buy the game for $80 Canadian, and then so you buy it, you have everything unlocked. You don't have any. It's no superpowers, no abilities more than anybody else, but just cosmetics. Everything's in the game that you paid for. Or
yeah, like a season's
you can
pass.
play it for free. You can play it for free. You have the same base game experience, same everything, but then you don't have. You have just the stock uniforms. There's no skins. There's no whatever. I don't know if that's.
And I'm trying to even think too. Like, what are they really able to do microtransaction wise in a sports game that could make it last as long as a game like Fortnite? Because I don't think you could do much. Like, hey, there's uniforms, arenas.
But I think the big thing that they're getting them on now, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know this, but is the Dream Team games or whatever. Like, is it like where you build your team? Is that what these guys are spending all the FIFA dollars on? I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
I simply don't know just because I don't. But
if I wanted to make a team to go online and I wanted fucking Steve Yzerman and Mark Messier on the front line, like I could buy them because they're retired.
Look it up and see how much EA made this year alone or last year alone on FIFA bucks or FIFA points or whatever the fuck it is. It's an offensive number, I guarantee it. And from what I gather, again, feel free to type down below if you disagree or find out otherwise, or just inform me because I'm largely ignorant and I plan on being because of fuck EA. But do your points don't carry over to the next year? Like if you buy like a fucking stacked team for this year, you have to rebuy them again next year because it's a different lineup, a different card pack. I don't know. I'm assuming they wouldn't keep it the same, right?
I got it.
I'm assuming do you have a number for us?
Yeah. How much money does EA make each year from FIFA? So in its annual report, Electronic Arts confirmed that it has made. You want to take a guess?
I thought it's in the billions. I want to say it's like over 2.5 billion, probably closer to 3.
1.6. Well, you're right because $1.6 billion it made in game sales from April 2020 to March 2021. 1 year.
Ooh.
That's just 1 year, dude. And then they'll release another game.
That was just that was in game sales. Was that not even including the microtransactions? Or was that including that?
From game sales. Yeah, okay. The amount has... Oh, I have to keep reading. Apologies.
It gets worse.
This amount was dwarfed by their live services and other income, which amounted to, you were right, $4 billion over the same 12 months. Yeah, why?
Right?
You know what, then? Why change the engine? That's cost
why?
money.
That's right
Just
there.
catch it up, boy.
$4 billion. $4 billion.
Yeah.
4 billion reasons why not to change.
Come on, boys.
Let me count the
Just
way.
patch her up a bit. Guess what? Ronaldo's got a scratch on his face now. We got to put that little scratch in there. Got a scar. Maybe he changed his hair color. We'll add in a new
next year.
Yeah. Maybe he plays for Brazil. Got to put a new name on a new jersey. Whatever. Just patch it up and release it again. It's fine.
Next year they're going to release the game. There's no ball in it. The ball is extra. You just kicking around. Just like your option is like stray cat.
Yeah.
Like, balloon filled with water.
Volleyball.
Or volleyball.
Different kinds of balls, but not a soccer ball. You want a soccer ball? Guess what? You better pay up, man. It's $1.25.
Right.
If you want a really cool looking soccer ball sponsored by Adidas, $3.
Ball goes flat, and you got to buy air to fill the ball up again.
Fuck. You have to hire a team to maintain the equipment.
You've got an air boy on your team. He's just...
Oh, my God. That's an episode all in itself. Is it like, reading that. So they made $4 billion just on extra shit, and then $1.5 billion on the fucking game itself, dude.
Why would you change a
thing, man?
Why would you change anything?
And that's one Google search. That might not be exact. If I wanted to research a bit more, if that number is that high, even if I do get a real number from somewhere else, it's not going to be far off. I call Blaine. you're $42 million off. We're talking about $4 billion. What the fuck is 40
Right?
million
Yeah.
when you're talking about
You're
billions?
gonna fucking correct my
Whoops,
sense.
sorry. Sorry, I fucked up.
That's incorrect.
I read the wrong article.
Actually, that's
it was,
incorrect.
Yeah, the article I read last week on Down in a Hole was 4.4 billion. It was actually 4.1 billion. I apologize.
I'm gonna head back to YouTube and hop on their comment section and just start typing away and voice my discontent. You Fox was wrong, and here is the following reason. You know what? And if you're following along closely enough to actually give us that feedback, God bless you. You are our favorite customer, consumer, watcher.
That's the most annoying thing too. If you watch the Angry Joe review on Madden 2023, and I recommend you should. It's a long one, but it's fucking amazing. He's so pissed.
I'll give it a watch now. You've piqued my interest.
He gets so angry, and I love the guy for it. And man, and he's even showing videos from people that are trying the game out, right? And they're like, "Oh my god, this is so cool!" Like fake excitement guys. It's almost like EA plants these dudes because it's the most phony baloney. You will get douche chills watching these fucking idiots getting on the game and unlocking a brand new card that gives them pink socks and fucking bright red jerseys and stuff. Oh man, do you see that? Oh, it came out with fire and stuff. That's so cool. I get the red jersey, and I'm like,
yeah,
you just paid $7 for the shit. You've
already
paid $90 for the fucking game, bro. Like, this isn't exciting. Nothing's that exciting.
You could be happy with it. I mean, sure, like, oh man, I bought a skin in Fortnite. It made me happy.
Oh yeah,
it sparked joy.
But not that. Oh man,
I wasn't surprised.
Guys
holy shit! I can't believe that this is what happened when I bought the thing that I bought.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that was the thing too. Some of the card packs that you buy, you can spend. And he's sitting there wondering, he's going through the menu. He's like, oh, buy these cards. Oh, he goes, but there's this random card pack down here, and it's $11. What if I get the random one? There's some really cool shit in it. So then he pays the $11, and he gets the random thing, and it opens these card things that give you vintage jerseys for the Packers, and the guy starts losing his mind. I'm like, now you spent like $200 on the game for something that should just be unlocked.
Yeah.
Not even like maybe not unlocked initially, but okay, maybe you play through one season and you unlock some shit, but they don't charge you for it.
Makes you. I wonder how long it's gonna. I mean, it's because it's gonna be just normalized with generations from this point on, and kids who are growing up with this shit. No, they wouldn't have had like us. Street Fighter. You beat. Unlock alternate colors in their skins uniform, right? Like buying skins is just the norm now. Unlocking and certain games still will give you that,
secret
right?
Code. For Capcom had the
Spider-Man
code down our up LYB.
Spider-Man, the latest one from PlayStation had a ton of costumes to unlock. That was fantastic. That was one of the game itself was amazing. The Spider-Man for the PS4, PS5, I guess it was.
Right.
Now there was probably DLC to buy, but at least I remember even in that game, unlocking the costumes was a different part. There were still things to unlock. Now I guess maybe that's just different for that kind of game, right? But on average, kids are going to be playing games where buying shit is just normal. You're going to buy a power up, you're going to buy skins. Like unlocking shit is becoming abnormal. It's almost not a rarity. Like obviously certain games will still have unlockable features, single player ones, right? But anything online, like, can you even earn shit anymore? I mean, as much as you earn it anywhere. Like in Fortnite, you can earn it a little bit. You can like earn your stars to get to certain levels to buy things. But is there anything that you can just truly, like, you don't just see, oh yeah, that guy was like the top 10 of this thing, like cosmetic wise. I don't know. Yeah. It's all purchasable.
And I don't know. I think you're right. Like if you did. And like even in Fortnite though, say the only way you're unlocking that stuff like that after you've already leveled to 100, they've got that other stuff that you can get as you level higher, but you're only getting that stuff because you purchased a battle pass.
Right. So it still goes back to that.
Mm-hmm. It's not attainable unless you purchase the battle pass. But then again, you do only need to purchase the battle pass once because you can earn the bucks to buy the next battle pass if you play enough. So that's cool.
Or if you had the original Save the World game, before it was an online battle royale, you would earn V-Bucks in the game throughout playing on occasion. The milestones got further and further apart, but you actually had the ability, if you bought the game when it came out, which was originally $25 or $30, whatever it was.
Hmm.
Which we did when it first came out. Before any of the battle royale it was just a base building kind of like borderline tower defense first person shooter.
So they charged for it. It was never originally a free game.
I think it might have been a free game, but if you had bought the founders pack, like I was for whatever, it would give some extra things. We got it for one of the kids who was really wanting it. So I think it might have been free, or it was a low cost barrier. Like it wasn't a full price game. I remember we had actually paid for it. Maybe that was because it unlocked some bonus shit or whatever when it first launched.
But then again, now it's free.
But then they added the whole battle royale mode when PUBG took off. They added that. That was around the time they piggybacked off that. And I never played it a lot in the beginning. Like I told you that I played it once after playing like the but the battle base building levels and fighting hordes, waves after waves. And then I jumped into the online part, like, let's check it out. And I got shot in the face with a shotgun as soon as I landed. I'm like, well, this fucking sucks.
Uninstall this mess.
Quit this. And I never played it until like 4 years later. So I don't know the progression of how it's gone to, but where it's at now. And then we got sidetracked, obviously, onto this. But it's a lot of fun. So give it a play and hop on there, especially if you're new, because we need some W's, and we'd like to kill you on Fortnite.
That would be awesome. See, but that's the thing too. They evolved into a free platform because they realized like what's Fortnite's numbers, like how much like they've got to be making the same amount, right?
Well, yeah, I know for a fact they've taken at least $45 a month, battle pass for, and a couple skins, and they're probably going to take some more if they keep pumping out some cool shit. Like if they put on like a Big Lebowski skin, I'm going to buy that for
there is a guy in there that
care.
looks like the dude, but it's not the dude.
He is, Jonesy, I think. He's a close proximity, but I'm saying that if they put Walter, if there was like a 2-pack of Walter, I'm probably going to pay $25 for Walter and the dude pack.
Am I the only one around here that gets a shit about the rules?
Right? Honestly, the fact that he's not in there is a fucking crime.
It is, yeah.
Like,
he doesn't roll on the Shabbos.
Exactly.
So
you can't play him on Saturdays.
Plays him on like Saturdays or whatever that is. Yeah, that'd be funny.
His skin is locked out on Saturdays. You just can't use it. You can't be him. You bought him, but you can't.
That would be so funny. I mean, they can't.
He's unavailable.
I bought it. Game's free. They can do whatever they want.
Except for he can cut. The only way he can come out is if your friend is playing as the dude, and the dude calls you. And it's like, oh, I can come out on emergencies. And it was an emergency Fortnite.
See, now what would his... I know what his back bling would be. Well, if you were Walter.
The briefcase? Full of the whites?
No, the Pomeranian.
Pomeranian? Yeah, in the cage.
I'm not buying it. It's not coming bowling, dude. I'm not renting his shoes. I'm not buying it a fucking beer. It's a show dog. It gets stressed out.
It has papers.
It has papers, yeah. You brought the dog bowling, Walter? They didn't bring it bowling. Oh, man. The Pomeranian, yeah.
The dude would have, like, what? Like a rolled-up rug?
Yeah. Ties the room together. He's probably got to carry that with him.
Oh, the dude could have the bowling ball? That would be even better, I think. As the claw. It's just him holding a bowling ball. That would be his weapon.
Or the finger. Or the toe. Was it toe? The toe with the green... nail polish.
Right. I could get you a toe.
Or the Folgers.
Folgers can?
Yeah, with Donnie. Oh my God, wouldn't that be amazing?
The backpack?
They're like, oh, hey,
just a little nod.
Unlock Donnie, and there's nothing there, just a fucking can of ashes.
Folgers can. That's dark.
Jesus Christ, Walter, he can't do it. He has to fuck everything up when he tries to spray the ashes out.
We're gonna have to. The video's like, well, that movie's probably 20 years old at this point, but we'll probably like preface this like 5 seconds before with a spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen The Big Lebowski. We'll cut this in later. Like,
yeah,
go watch it before the 3 of you that are watching this video get to the end of it.
Well, that sounds like a really fun movie. Maybe I'll check out The Big Lebowski, and then we just blew the fact that Donnie gets killed.
Oh yeah, you'd watch it like, oh man, this Donnie sounds like an interesting character. I sure hope nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Never saw that coming. Damn.
Shit.
Yeah. So yeah, microtransactions.
Yeah, that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah,
future Fortnite characters.
Yep.
and their potential weapons and or accessories.
Yeah, that could be a fun one. But yeah, that
Cosby, and a bottle of chloroform.
Whoa, there you go. There you go. There's one. Hey,
we don't punch down.
That's
We
a
don't
Fat
punch down
Albert
here on
reference.
we are only punching up on down in the hole, hence we are down in the hole.
Yeah. No, that would be a good video. Actually, come up with a bunch
That'd be
of that
offensive
shit.
though.
Yeah,
You couldn't sell that one.
probably
Yeah, no,
not that
wouldn't
one.
work
No, that'd be an M-rated game. They would have to
Yeah,
change
no.
the rating.
On a sober second thought there, I realized that was highly inappropriate.
Yeah, probably.
Funny, but inappropriate.
Hilarious.
You couldn't say. Yeah.
Sorry to all the victims, but that was fucking funny.
Right. No. Yeah, no, what happened to you was terrible. That's not, but making fun of the monster, that's the funny part.
Totally off.
It's in the context.
Apparently, he's going on tour again.
Right? I don't understand how they're going to...
Who's going to pay to go see that? Seriously going to go pay to go see that? Old Bill Cosby, he's like 90 years old now, fresh out of prison after being in prison for legit sexual assault. Like, who the fuck are you if you're going to see that guy?
I think he's getting sued more again, too.
Good.
From what I've heard. Like, I think there's more pending cases. But again, at that point, like, and this... Okay, so he goes out and he does his thing in the show. But now is the show any good? Like, is it just like... I'm kind of picturing him more like being a victim here. Like, or making jokes about... Like, is he making jokes like about current things that are going on? Like, well, you see... I was in the court system, and it was causing me great trouble.
Yeah,
because they said that I roofied these women, and I did not. I can't do a Cosby.
No,
but like, is that his material? Is that his material now? Like, is that what he's going to be like?
He was always a family-friendly comedian.
I think so, right? But
Rudy and Theo in the Huxtable family, like, that was he was always the wholesome kind of like, PG.
That was
not like
that
Bob
was what
Saget.
was on. That was on TV growing up. That was our Cosby Show. That was just that was part of the weekend or whatever. I don't even remember what night it was on, but we would just sit down and watch with the folks. Good old wholesome comedy that was funny and unbeknownst to us at the time. And then looking back on, so maybe there's people that can overlook that. Maybe there's people that have overlooked that from all this many horrendous crimes. And they go, you know what? I can separate the art from the artist, but at the same time,
no, not that.
I can't.
Not that style of art. Like,
no, like I don't know. But maybe there's something there. That's a deeper discussion for someone smarter than myself to figure out.
Probably. I mean, with all the comedians on the planet Earth, do you really need to go see that guy? I'd rather go see somebody funny.
But yeah, no. In terms of. That was a terrible Fortnite character. I apologize.
No,
that was not.
If he was in there, if somebody bought that, I'd be going after. He'd be getting.
I was
killed
just thinking,
all
like,
day.
yeah.
I was
just thinking, like, what's some of the most outrageous shit that would be in there, and then that was like overly outrageous. But yeah, like something funny that I would buy, or something awesome and good. If they keep putting out cool stuff, I'll keep getting it.
So, I got one. To end the video off, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel bad about recommending maybe there's a Bill Cosby character in Fortnite that has a chloroform bottle?
Yeah, that was a quick turnaround.
Well, what about Adolf Hitler?
That's always a risky play when we're going. Okay, yeah. So
that's
I'm going to say that.
That's
I'm going to say that
my if it's available,
my Cosby idea might be slightly better than the Hitler one.
I think
I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah, because Hitler did try to exterminate an entire people.
Hear me out though. If Hitler was like the villain and like everybody in Fortnite had to attack Hitler, I would be down for like hunt Hitler mode.
That would be that would be fucking awesome.
Right?
If Fortnite decides to go
a Wolfenstein,
M-rated, I was just gonna say Wolfenstein. If they decided to go Wolfenstein, then fuck yeah.
Right? Like a 2-tiered Fortnite, so if you will. So not even the level doesn't have to change, but depending on what you age verified. So if you're fighting them, and like you want to, so the kids, you're a kid. You're only seeing you're fighting Barney. You're fighting. We put in a fun character, and the kids
Oscar
don't know
the Grouch. She's so mean all the time.
You're fighting one of those Paw Patrol dogs because you don't understand it, and you just hate and fear everything you don't get.
Yeah,
that's what they see.
But as an adult, like who do we actually?
You're hunting down
Genghis Khan, Adolf Hitler. All these motherfuckers,
right?
Donald Trump. Since we're on a political,
Right? Might as well. We're keeping it spicy. Hot takes here on down in a whole.
Who do I fucking
What's
hate?
hot?
What political figures
hating Donald Trump is not really a hot take. That's
no,
like.
it's just.
Do you have common sense? And are you generally not a piece of shit to people in your life? Yeah, here we are. Hot take, alienate half our viewers.
Yeah,
if you like Trump, you're a piece of shit.
They need to have they need to have
No, I don't have a
hated political figures in history pack comes out for fucking Fortnite.
But
and there's
listen,
a bunch.
How about this for?
What about Putin? We forgot him too.
Right, how about we'll put out just any famous politicians? Because then, one thing you don't want to divide your player base on is who they're fighting. Like you don't want to lose half. Like right now, because I just said Trump fans are knuckleheads, and I'm just kidding. People, you like who you like. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
even if you're a knucklehead, we still want you to watch our video.
Yes,
but
all 12 minutes of it.
You don't, from a financial side. Just like I believe it was a story with Elvis Manager. He would sell all of Elvis's merch, and he also sold "I Hate Elvis" stickers too, because he was cashing in. He was playing both sides of the fence.
Fuck yeah, man! Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna sell you want a fuck Joe Biden character? You got it.
Yeah.
You want to come out of the hole? I don't get it, but I'm gonna sell it because I'm an unashamed capitalist.
Yeah, they're gonna have the I fucking hate Joe Biden guy, but then they're gonna have the I fucking love Joe Biden guy, and you're gonna make money from everybody.
Right? Or pro-Trump, anti-Trump.
Yeah.
It's all it is. I just want to make some money off of people who are passionate about dumb things.
Like my character has I love Donald has the MAGA hat on, and then another guy you can buy the I hate Trump pickaxe. Like it doesn't matter. You're going to make money. Like you said, at the end of the day, it's all about money.
50v50, Trump versus Biden wars.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Charge in with your MAGA banners.
I think we're onto something.
All the Biden teams, because
Epic Games,
all the Biden,
they're gonna steal.
We're giving you all these free ideas, right? Like,
just take them.
All the left-leaning softies only have pillows because they don't believe in guns.
What are we gonna?
And all the MAGAs, it's a slaughter every time. So I mean, you obviously want to be on Trump's side to get the gun. You want to have a big pillow fight.
I know how to get this video back to where we started at. If that was a game, would they use the Frostbite engine?
Of course they would.
They'd use the Frostbite engine and the game would fucking suck.
Right? So, Fortnite good, EA bad. That about sums it up.
Yeah. It got off the rails a little bit for the past 6 or 7 minutes, but at the end of the day, game engines.
If nothing else,
I guess if you want to buy something, who are we to say you can and can't buy it?
I heard a good saying one time when someone says, "I don't want to ever yuck someone else's yum," which I thought was an interesting way of putting it. Like, you know what, you do your thing. Mm-hmm. Unless I have to audibly hear it, like I don't care what music you listen to, unless it's something I hate and it's like you're playing it in my face. You fucking like your music, like your games, like your. Just be aware. Holy shit, EA is fucking you repeatedly.
Yeah.
EA is just like, you're an obstacle to them to get to your money. And they're like, how can we remove this? That's why everything, auto renewal, all these other things. Anyways,
the auto renewal
sidetracked again.
Total different. Yeah, that's another thing that's fucking annoying as shit. I had old credit cards that still get charged. How is it even possible? The expiration date's been done for 3 years. I'm still getting charged.
Right, I haven't visited that porn site in at least a decade.
Exactly. I bought this fucking software 10 years ago. I still get a fucking charge for it.
Oh yeah, I said I meant software. Sorry, not porn.
No,
that's software.
But that's the thing. It's like all of it's just so. Sometimes it seems borderline like sinister almost. But again, yeah, I mean, you can put a product out there and set a price point. If people want to give you their money, then there you go. I'm not buying it, and unfortunately, I just wish that they would give up the license. They probably will never give up the exclusive license for the Madden franchise. I wish they would, just because at least then you could get a game that would work. If they could get another company to make a game and give that company a few years to find and finesse their thing. It's not going to be great right out of the first game, first edition is not going to be that good. But give them a couple of years to polish that thing, man, and make some serious competition to Electronic Arts. The same with the NHL series. I love the controls thing that they came up with. That skill stick thing was great. But the game just never changes. Either make it free or give it up and let somebody else make some competition,
No, I agree, and sadly, I don't think it'll happen with the amount of money that is to be made. You said $4 billion a year, and until people stop, I don't want to say like stop engaging in the predatory behavior, but until they stop buying the game and spending the money, then they have almost no incentive to do it. Sure, a few people complain about it, and a few less people will stop playing every year. But I mean, if you look at football,
you want Fortnite
or
numbers?
soccer as the number one popular sport in the world, football, soccer, how you call it. And then you look at, okay, now you can play that in your spare time, and then you can play that on your PlayStation, and it doesn't have NFL and doesn't have NHL numbers. Like, it's so much higher than those ones.
Oh, it's crazy.
That
Yeah,
the built-in audience, and all these kids, but no different than you or I, watching Gretzky and them growing up and becoming the greatest. They're watching these guys,
yeah,
and they want to play the game, and they're kids, and they want to have the best, and it makes sense. But predatory, man. But yeah, so sorry. Fortnite numbers.
Fortnite numbers. How much money did Fortnite make in 2022? If we combine the game's approximate yearly totals to date. You got a guess?
Oh, Fortnite? I'm gonna say, I don't know. Fortnite's popular. It's a wide range, right?
This article came out less than a month ago.
So we're talking last year's one?
Last whole for the year 2022.
So they were like, so we said the total for EA was around 5 billion. I want to say Fortnite was probably closer to 10. I'm guessing Fortnite stomped handily.
They stomped handily. So if you wanna, if EA wants to know, I'll let them know right now.
If you don't know,
yes, exactly. If you don't know now, you know. Fortnite made in 2022 $20 billion.
Wow.
So if they went to a free-to-play model and actually had a product that was microtransactions, that's fucking insane, dude. That's 4 times as much money as they fucking made. Almost 5 times. If the numbers, it probably fluctuates.
What you have here is
back and forth, but
is a suggestion how EA can improve their yearly games by $15 billion. But being the bunch of knuckleheads that they are, they're gonna overlook your good advice and just be like, you know what we'll do? We're just gonna change that roster again. Keep doing what we're doing. Because you know what? $4 billion is better than no billion.
And when the San Jose Sharks come running out of the tunnel, there's a big fake shark, and this time the fireworks are going to be green, not blue.
That's right,
fuckers.
Custom firework colors,
and that'll be on the
16 million color choices,
and that'll be on the you get the full color gamut. The color wheel.
We unlock the slider.
You unlock the you unlock the color wheel.
Chris, $5 to unlock green.
We'll just keep on playing free Fortnite.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching
and
the
buying
show.
The odd thing. That makes me happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. Thanks for having me, and thanks for tuning in.
And this is the longest video we've ever done. Ever.
Because sometimes we don't know when to shut up.
No.
Which leads me to another thing. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, exactly. And on another note, but that's the good thing. If you're going to have a YouTube talk show and you got guys who don't know how to talk, that's why we do what we do. Otherwise, each episode would be 2 minutes long.
We could talk. We just keep talking. Just getting us shut up's the hard part.
The best video to do, I think, maybe we do this next time we get together and do this, is just long form, no topic. Because then we're like, oh, by the way, we got to stay on topic. Maybe we do
consciousness.
Maybe we do an episode where we don't stay on topic, and we're here for 2 hours.
Maybe this should be like a really good podcast. Because maybe nobody want to watch us, just me and you, just sitting here doing this. Maybe some people do, but maybe they want to listen. Maybe they don't. Maybe nobody cares about our shit but us. But you know what? There might be. And I'm willing to gamble on that. You're welcome, Canada.
That's it. Down in a hole. We like to call it less than zero. He's Brad. I'm me. Thanks for watching. Keep your stick on the rise.